Hey guys, assalamu alaikum, welcome back to another video, and a heartbreaking video it is. I've just come home and I've come home to the news that Shakib Hasan has announced his retirement plan from international cricket. He's retired from T20s now, so he's played his last game. He won't play again in T20 format. In the test format, the South Africa series in Bangladesh, whether that's safe for him to play, whether that's going to be safe in Bangladesh to be played, that will be his last series. If not this match, if he plays against India in the second test match tomorrow morning, will be his last test match. He hasn't announced anything for the ODI format yet, but what I'm guessing is he will retire from the ODI format probably after the Champions Trophy. And I'm heartbroken because Shakib has been our best player in the history of Bangladesh cricket, the best player, like by far. He's been the #1 all-rounder for so many years, and if we're going to be honest, looking at stats-wise and what he's done, performance just internationally, he is the greatest all-rounder that's ever played the sport. And it's very emotional that he's retiring. I'm very, very heartbroken. I've had to take a little bit of time. I've had a shower and I've taken a little bit of time to make this video. But it is heartbreaking because, I mean, what can you say? He's done so much for the country for so many years. He's been the ambassador for Bangladesh. He's bared the flag for Bangladesh. He's been our best player by far, and he will forever be our best player. The only player ever in international cricket to have over 14,000 runs and 700 plus wickets. I mean, the stats speak for himself. Look at what he's done over all those, 16 years, 17 years that he's represented Bangladesh. Look at what he's done all of those years. It is really emotional. I'm sure the whole of Bangladesh is very upset now, from who I've spoken to as well. They are heartbroken from this, as they would be. I can't believe it, to be honest. I wasn't expecting his retirement this quickly. And I thought, he said maybe he had plans to play in the 2026 T20 World Cup and that'd be his last tournament. But before this tournament, he did say that this will probably be his last outing in T20 cricket. And in Test cricket, well, we're 1-2 games away, maybe at most 2 or 3 games away. The Mirpur Test, he said, if that one is to be played, that will probably be his last. I'm heartbroken, to be honest. He is he means so much to me. He's been my childhood. Obviously, you all know that I've met him, and he was my hero for ages. Him and Mushfiqur and Tamim and Mahmudullah and Mashrafi, they were the 5 that really got me into cricket. But the first players that got me into cricket and fallen in love with cricket was Shakib and Mushfiqur Rahim. And now that Shakib is retired, Mushfiqur is already retired from T20 format. He's still active in Test and ODI, but for how long we don't know. But yeah, Shakib has announced his retirement, and it is really sad. Really, really sad. And I know I'm repeating myself. That's because I'm slightly lost for words at the moment, because I wasn't expecting that today. It is very, very sad, and I feel very sad to hear that he is retiring. However, he's done everything he can. He's given everything for Bangladesh. The sad thing is, we couldn't win a trophy with him. Nothing to do with him, obviously. He's played some brilliant tournaments, especially that 2019 World Cup where he got a 50 in every game at least. He got 2 centuries, was it 5 50s, and then the one game he didn't score 50s. The lowest score in that tournament was 47 odd against Australia, along with 11 wickets in just 8 matches. He was phenomenal. That's by far the best tournament ever by a single player in a World Cup. He's had some brilliant performances in crucial matches for us, which is the most important thing. Like, you can always perform in bilaterals and matches where the pressure isn't as far on your team, but when the pressure's been on, he's performed in those matches as well. It's not just the bilaterals and the matches where there's no pressure. When there is pressure in the big tournaments, he's performed. For example, the 100 against New Zealand, which eventually sent us through to the semi-finals of the Champions Trophy. We were, our top order, we were 5 down for 30 odd. Him and Mahmudullah put up hundreds together. Both of them put up hundreds and put up a massive partnership which won us the game. Against West Indies, we needed a world record chase for a World Cup match or something like that. He came in, scored a century with wickets falling. Lipton Das came in, scored a 90 odd, not out. Shakib 124, not out. There's so many matches. I mean, you can rattle off more recent ones. I mean, the Sri Lanka game in the most recent ODI World Cup, where he scored 80 odd runs, took 2 wickets. The Asia Cup in that same year, he got 80 runs against India when our team was falling. All the wickets were falling. He scored 80 runs. I mean, that same tournament, he scored a 50 against Pakistan, who's taken wickets. And that's just recent tournaments. If we go back all the years ago, in 2005 World Cup, where we beat India, he was massive in that, scored around 50, 49, 50, something like that. He bowled very economically. And all these years in between, the 2017 Champions Trophy, which I've already mentioned, you know, so many notable knocks. I mean, you can go back to the 2016 T20 World Cup. He's played every single World Cup in the history of T20 cricket. Every single T20 World Cup he's played. He's the top wicket taker in T20 World Cup history. He's the first ever player to get 50 World Cup wickets in the T20 World Cup. He's done so much for the sport of cricket, and for him to be from Bangladesh, it was a blessing for all of us. And I am very upset about it, as I would be. I mean, he's my favourite player of all time. He's actually my favourite celebrity of all time. So out of all the famous people in the world, Shakib has always topped that list. And to see him after maybe a few months, probably about a year, maybe we won't see him again in international cricket. It is heartbreaking, and I'm lost for words. This man means the world to me, and to see him retire is a very, very sad thing. Well, anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Please don't be like idiots and just put hate in the comments to be idiots, because there's people like that. Sometimes you've got to appreciate players for their greatness. I mean, when Kohli retired, I made a video about Kohli retiring, and though I wasn't, obviously I'm Bengali, Kohli's many times scored loads of runs against us, I still showed respect to the great player he is. And I think people should show respect to Shakib. Doesn't matter where you're from, Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, England, Australia, it doesn't matter where you're from. When a great player retires, it's always sad, and it is heartbreaking to see. But I will be up tonight or tomorrow morning watching the Test cricket against India. Hopefully we can win, get a win for Shakib, and I just want to see Shakib perform very well. That's all I want, really. But anyway, guys, please like, share, subscribe, and until next time, goodbye. Come on, Shakib.